all dried, we're going to outline this with a Murano tile. This one's called Greenstone. So we're going to do the border, leaving a small gap between each tile. I'm using prep glue today. This is what I use for my outside work, only if it's on a wall plaque, but this is really good. Okay, we've put our border on, and now I'm going to put my black welcome. This is actually black acrylic, so I'm going to take the paper off the back and I'll leave the paper on the front until I've finished grouting. That way it won't scratch the acrylic. So just let it peeling off the paper and then we'll glue it in place. Time for cutting some leaves. This one I'm using is called Unicorn. So I'm just getting some random shapes. I will trim them to fit in, so just get a few different odd shapes to start with. Okay, and I always use a marker, which just helps me to put my cut line in. Right, I've already started a little bit here, so we'll continue on. So these little bits. Okay, I've been busy with the background, getting it all filled in. I've left a little space where my screws are going to go. I just want to show you how I'm going to fill in these little areas here. I'm trying not to use a grinder this time because it's just important to show you how you can use your tool to give you a nice shape. We don't all have the luxury of having a grinder, so for those that don't, we can just practice with our cutter. Right, so we get down to a workable piece. So I'm kind of really wanting to fill this little bit here first. So it's always handy having a marker. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there, and then I'll kind of split it up whether I do it into 2 or 3 pieces. So it's just a little tiny bit to go in there. Okay. So basically going to do a wee line. Time to grout our plaque now. I'm just going to put some Q-tips in our little screw holes so I don't fill those up with grout. Just pop those in there, and I'm going to use a bone coloured grout just to match the background colour I've got. So pop a little bit into container. So because it's an outside project, I'm going to put a grout additive into my grout. I'm just using this one, which is a 4-in-1 decor additive. It helps to strengthen the grout, flexibility, and it helps also in water resistance. You can buy these in smaller containers. Shake it up, so it's just an even amount of water to additive. So I usually start by putting a capful in first. Then I'll do a capful of water. And then I'll mix it to the consistency of like a toothpaste mix. Okay, this is a pretty good consistency, so I'll just pick it up and it just stays nicely on the spoon. So that to me is a good consistency. I'm just going to cut a little plastic wedge out of this container. And this will just help to spread it on. Okay, it's all cleaned up now. We're about to reveal the black lettering. So if you were wanting to do one of these at home, I've used fibre cement sheet board, which you can just buy from Bunnings or any hardware store. The size I've used is 410mm by 230, so 410mm by 230mm. That's a good size for what I've done. And I've just countersunk screw holes in each corner, and I will cover them with a bit of glass when I screw them in place. I'm going to hang this on the wall at the studio, so I'll get a proper photo when it's all up. Let's just have a look at the lettering. So we're taking the paper off now, and the reason why you take this off last is you don't want to run the risk of getting scratches on the acrylic. Alright, just give it a final wipe over.